All right, every once in a while, bourbons come along that become so good that the distilleries have to kind of put a clamp on them. We're going to give you a list of 9 that you want to get your hands on before they become allocated.
Clamp.
Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we're going to talk about 9 bourbons, ryes, whiskeys that you might want to get your hands on before they become hard to get your hands on them.
Yeah, so let's just put a disclaimer out there. We're not saying that any of these are becoming allocated. We're not saying that they should become allocated. We're just saying that if we had to guess at some certain bottles that are currently findable right now,
Yep.
that these might be on that soon-to-be allocated list.
Yeah.
Once people figure out how freaking good some of these are.
Or just soon to be hard to find as well. Like,
That is true.
If you see them, you may want to just bite the bullet and purchase them.
Might be worth it. And
Yep.
the good thing is, one of them is pretty pricey.
But the other ones,
There's like 3 of them that's over $100. Most of the rest of them are all under 100.
yeah,
So that helps.
we'll see.
All right, first one.
We've been talking about this one for a while.
Penelope American Light Whiskey, or 15-year-old American Light Whiskey. This is fantastic.
It is.
I am so thoroughly surprised and shocked at how great this is. Very impressed with this. I think this just goes to show with what Ross and Squibb, you'd be proud of me.
Yes, you did it. Yes.
It is what they can... This is the kind of stuff that they can do. And if they keep showcasing this stuff,
Yeah.
whenever this stuff starts coming out, if it's either American Light Whiskey, if it's Valencia, if it's
Whatever it is.
Arctic, whatever, this could be just a prime example of these bottles are going to be harder to get or even could be soon be on secondary.
Yep. You never can tell.
So,
Yep. So good.
I got too many bottles on here. All right, next 2, and I don't know, I didn't know really which one to put on here, so I just kind of picked both of them. But the light blue one's going to be the Chattanooga Bottle and Bond, and then the darker one's going to be the Chattanooga Whiskey Founders.
That's the Founders, yeah.
So we think everything they're doing down there is fantastic.
They're doing really fantastic stuff.
They are doing, honestly, some of my more favorite stuff for craft. And, the Bottle and Bond speaks for itself. It has to meet all the stipulations for all that.
Yeah.
Chattanooga is just a blend of their stuff, and I believe Ross and Squibb.
Yeah.
I believe it's
I
that.
think you're right.
So I really hope that they keep doing this. I think it's a really good example of just kind of like showing the quality of blenders that they are down there.
Yeah.
And just overall, like, I don't think they produce a ton of this because, like, it's not like the easiest thing in the world for me to acquire one of these, but I can get one of these.
Yeah.
But I think over time, when people start hearing and seeing about these, it's going to take off.
Yeah. I agree with that. I don't think I could say anything else other than I enjoy both of these thoroughly. And I even have a single malt that
Yeah, sure.
it's not terrible. It's not the best, but it's not terrible either.
Definitely ain't terrible.
No.
All right. Your pride and joy right here.
I do love the old Sagamore. Listen, we will scream these till the top of our lungs. Sagamore spirits, almost any of their rye, like almost any of them are worth getting. Their profile is just so good. I'm afraid that because they are so good and their people are starting to buy them, they're just going to be harder to find. And being harder to find is not fun because these have been pretty readily available in our area. So,
well, the 8 years haven't been like readily available.
no,
we had to get them online.
I'm just saying in general, Sagamore.
Yeah.
If you want a Sagamore, you can generally find a Sagamore.
So if I was going to make a case for why this would be hard to find, A, it's an age stated Sagamore.
Yeah.
It's 8 years old, so that's a pretty decent age statement. 2, they were just bought out by somebody. So you never know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And you never know what they're going to use those stocks for. I used to say all the time, like, I was looking forward to what Wilderness Trail bourbon single barrel picks would be like. And then they were bought out and they all went away.
They did all go away.
They all went away.
Yeah.
You get the ryes, but you couldn't get the bourbons anymore. So you just never know what's going to happen with anything like that. So not to scare anybody, not to make anybody panic.
Let's not panic. No one needs to panic. Oh, that's a gem right there.
That is a gem. Redemption 10-year rye.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm saying the 10-year. Here's the reason why I'm saying 10-year. 9 years good, ain't as good as 10-year. I'm starting to have problems finding the 10-year. I can still find it. Like I had to go pick one up this year. Kroger. It's the only place I can find the 10-year. 9-year I can find like Total Wine. And I think Liquor Barn has it. And if I want a 10-year, I have to go to Kroger. And I don't know why. I'm assuming it's just older stocks. But these, people will hunt for and pay a significant amount of money for 10-year-old MGB. If it's either the rye or the bourbon. Most of it's Dusty's. Yeah. Whatever. And you can go out and get this for like $80.
Yeah. It's really good stuff.
Once people figure it out, and I know we're part of the problem here because we're telling people about it. Yeah. Once people figure it out, gone.
So true.
All right, next one. And, they kind of had a little bit of this with Kelvin 4. I'm going to say with the Kelvin collection, with 4Gate, I think it's the best thing that they do. They've had some exceptions. Obviously, Eagle Thief, I think, is still my number one with them. That's still I think it's the best thing that they've ever made. But the Kelvin collection in general, I think, if people would just look past the price of it, and I know that's a lot to ask, because I know buying whiskey isn't cheap, and I know investing that kind of money into a bottle is a lot, so I get that. Yeah. But it's such dang good quality.
It really is.
Like, it really is. It's some of the highest quality you can get. It's really, really great stuff. Yes. And they're all a little different.
They are.
And I mean, and some are just stupid special, too.
Yeah. Any of the ones that say Kelvin on them, I would say, if you
Kelvin 68 goes for another one, too.
If you have expendable money to spend on bourbon, or you're looking at going, I've got $200 to spend, should I get 2 or 3 bottles, or should I get 1 bottle? I would say, if this is available, get the 1 bottle, and maybe that's all you get for a month, or 2 months or whatever. But it would be worth it because you're gonna get lots of joy out of drinking that bourbon.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
really good stuff. Next one, John J. Bowman Single Barrel. So, I know that this isn't the same for everybody, but I know for like us locally, like these do fly off shelves. Like people sit here and look for them and can't find them, and then whenever they come in, they're allocated. Yeah. Like people, like liquor stores will be like, "Hey man, do you need a Bowman Single Barrel?" Yeah. Like, is it a pig? And they're like, "No." I'm like, "No, I'm good." Because luckily, we still have a couple places in town that get them. Yeah. But it's much more rare than what it should be. And if people would just and I know we've told people before, like how common it is to an E.H. Taylor Single Barrel and this, if that would just really take off, you would never find them. Yeah,
they're so good. One of my favorite just daily drinkers. Like, I don't put it on my list every time because it would get redundant to put it on my list every time. Agreed. But this is one I grab for quite a bit because it just hits my flavor profile just perfectly. And if I just want something that is easy to drink, got a good complexity to it, all of those things, this is what I'll go to because it's $60.
Yeah, it is cheap.
It's $60 and you don't feel like it has to be, just held on to so tightly. Now, I'm a little tighter with it because they are harder to find for us. But generally speaking, I can get my hands on 1 or 2 when I need it.
He typically just takes from my stock.
I can take from his stock as well.
All right, next one. Disco 11. So, the Discovery series, we're obviously big fans of. And we also understand, not all of them are sought after in the same way. Yeah. 3 and 4, I think, are. I think 1 and 2 kind of are in their own way. I think 11 in time will be one of those. And this is I don't know, it's like my second or third one I've been drinking on. I can't remember at this point. Yeah. This thing's incredible. Yeah. I absolutely love it. I think it's just I think it's in that conversation of Disco 3 and 4. And it's different. It's very different in profile, but I think in quality and greatness, I think it's the exact same.
And it just surprises me. And maybe it's just because they make such big releases of them that it's not allocated. But to me, it seems like it should be allocated.
I agree. Considering the stocks and stuff that they have in here.
I'm just surprised that it's not, but I'm thankful it's not.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's awesome stuff.
Yeah.
All right, last one, certainly not least. Peerless Double Oak. Now, this is like a strangely odd one to me because I get asked about this bottle all the time.
This is one we have to start reviewing because people ask for it.
You guys are asking for it in the comments all the time now, which is cool. But like whenever people come to the Bourbon Trail, that's like one like, hey, where can I find a pick? Hey, where can I find one of these at? And yeah, I know I haven't tried it yet. I just poured out samples, but I thought it was actually pretty good.
Almost got me a Glen there for a second.
But overall, like whenever I talk to a couple store managers about it, they're like, yeah, we can never get this stuff in. Like absolutely can never get it in because it's on the allocated list. So I don't know if they're just not producing enough of it. I don't know if everybody's requesting it.
Yeah.
But I would say with the demand that you all want and the lack of the ability to get it at the store.
If you can find it, get your hands on it, get it.
This would probably be one of them I would say could fall to that category of allocation.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, for sure.
But anyways, put in the comments below what we got right, what we got wrong, and what you would have liked to see added to the list, or why you're mad at us because we put something on the list that you didn't want us to do. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Until the next time.
We'll see you.
We'll see you.